I'll repeat again. So from main method, we are going to call to count total item purchased, including free product. So we are going to provide amount. We are going to provide price of each item. So from amount and price of each item, whether you can calculate total number of items.
Yes, ma'am.
After calculating total number of items, along with the tag, you want to call which method? Count tag. Okay, you need some more dry run. Let me provide the same. Listen. So I have a method. Count total items purchased, including free. Let's say I am giving 250 and I bought 5 items, and out of that I have 14 tags. So first of all, you find out how many items I bought. What is the formula? Total amount I spent is 250. Each item 5 rupees cost, and out of these items I have 14 tags. Now you tell me how many items I can buy.
Yes.
Or let me increase that so that it will be meaningful. So it's as simple. What is the formula?
Total price dividing
Amount
by
divided by
So
price.
total price
50.
divided by 5. So how many items I'll get?
50.
50, right? So out of 50, so I have bought 50 items. Out of 50, 34 I have tax. So again, I want to call count tax by passing 50,
Ma'am, what is
comma
5?
34. And this function will calculate. I know you can do it with one single line, but since it is a
What is
modular
5?
approach, sorry,
What is 5 in this?
what is?
5.
5 is, you relate with the method. 5 is price of each item.
Okay.
Or if you want, let me copy paste the method for the reference. So total amount 250. Price of each item 5. Total number of taxes, imagine like 34. So I'll be getting how many number of items? 50. Out of 50 item, I have 34 tags. I want to pass to count tag, and the count tag method will return how many number of tags. How many number of tags I'll get? So I'll be getting. So out of given item, you need to find out the tax.
Tags is already 34,
Tags.
and we will get
We have
the
the
amount
three
of 3
tags
items.
extra. 3 items extra.
So we will be getting 3 items. So again, that 3 we will be getting from count tag. So along with 50, total items is equal to 50 plus 3. You will be returning 53. I know it's a simple calculation, but the idea behind this sprint is you need to do with modular approach functions.
So how is it returning 3?
Yeah, I'm coming. And not only with function, you have to do it with recursive function.
No, ma'am, how is it returning 3?
Because I have 34 tags.
dividing by 10.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you have joined late. I'll again open the problem statement. To augment the sales, she is offering 1 free item for every online purchase, every 10 online purchases. So if we get, and here here the problem statement, they just mentioned that for every 10 items, we will be getting 1 free item. Whereas in the source code, they have added, they have calculated that based on the tag. So the total number of items which I am gonna to purchase should have tags. So I may purchase 25 items, but I out of 25 items, only 20 items will have a tag. So based on the tag, you have to calculate the free item.
Ma'am, I don't get why do we need to use recursive? Because there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
looping.
Yeah, I am coming to that point. I know you all, everything can be done with 1 or 2 lines of code, but you have to do this with the help of recursive. According to the problem statement, they want you to perform recursive function.
But ma'am, there is no looping here. So it will be a one-time process for each recursion.
Hmm. Maybe we want to call the function again and again until my amount is tallied with the total number of items which I have purchased. So I want to take for example, what did I have written? Let me go to source. Give me 1 minute time. Let me analyze. See, you can do recursive for both count tags and count total number of items, including free item method. Let me do a rough calculation and I'll confirm. You can apply for both, but I'll prefer you to go for recursive on second method. Give me 1 minute.
She will join back soon, guys. Her daughter is crying, so she is taking care of that. Okay, Sangeeta. So among you, whoever who wants to take a recap, among you, who wants to take a recap of function and recursion? Who, who are the learners over here in this call who wants to take a recap session on function and recursion? Can you please raise your hand? How many are there? Yeah. Okay, 11, 14, 15.
Actually, all the persons to know once again the
If it is better for all of you to take
Yes,
your
sir.
one
Yes.
more time. No, okay, yeah. So that will be taking out after once this rollout of these two sprint is done by Sangeeta, then we'll go for the recap session of function and recursion. Okay. Yeah. So till now, if I ask you what is function, what would be your answer? Anybody can define function. If suppose interviewer ask you what is function or what is method in Java. So in a one line, what you will answer?
It's a block of reusable code.
Yes. Yeah, if you yeah, block of reusable code is a correct answer. And what is the function which do some tasks for us? That also the second definition what you said, right? Okay. When you say function is a reusable, what does it mean? Can anybody tell me that? So when we say that through function we achieve reusability in program in Java.
So we can call the function whenever we want, any place in the code.
Okay, yeah, that is fine. Does it solve the does it gives the does it telling, see, we can call the function anywhere in the program, but is it means that the function is reusable component? Yeah, we can call the function from anywhere of the code with a different value. So that makes the function reusable. Yeah, Sangeeta, did you join?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, no
All of
problem.
suddenly she fell down and started crying.
Yeah. I told to the learners that yeah, your daughter was crying. Yeah, no problem,
Yeah,
Sangeeta.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, we will continue with the discussion. Yeah, you can do this within one single line of calculation. But again, I'm repeating the problem statement. Whatever the question you arised, it's fine. But according to given problem statement, being a programmer, we have to write the code according to the objective of the problem statement. So even you can do this within one single line of mathematical calculation. But the requirement is we have to work based on requirement. Requirement is use recursive function to perform the same. So we need to apply a recursive function for counting the tag. See, let me go into a simple layman tag. Let's say Hasib sir is a sales in charge who is standing in a counter. So we are the customers. Let's say I bought 20 items, and from 20 items, I took 20 tags. Luckily, I got 20 tags in all the 20 items. Listen carefully. You need to apply recursive for counting the tag. So let's say Hasib sir is standing in a cashier desk where he's gonna to give how much free items I'm eligible. Let's say I bought, let me take it as 23 items. Yes,
Ma'am?
yes.
On 10 items, there are one item which will be gifted.
No, not like that. Additional items, extra items.
But ma'am, in the question it is said that
No, out of 10, no. Excluding that 10, you will get one extra. So minimum eligibility
Yeah,
is you should have 10 items.
yeah.
So let's imagine this situation. So I went today and I bought 23 items. So from 23 items, I took 23 tags. Luckily for all the items which I have purchased, I have 23 tags. So this 23 tags, I'm going to hand over to the salesperson. Let's say Hasib sir. So what he can do, as I said, you can do this calculation within a fraction, within one single line, but you have to apply recursion. So Hasib needs to be applied recursion. The thing is, how he can apply recursion? Any random guesses? Thinking about that 10 out of 10 tags, he will get one free item. Keeping that point in mind, can you randomly guess? What is a recursive function for
Total
Hasib?
items will be 22.
No. Why are you thinking about 22? I purchased 23 items. Luckily, I have 23 tags in my item. So I removed all 23 tags and I'm handovering to the cashier person or a salesperson.
So
What he will
25
do?
will be the total item.
He will do more 2 items give you back.
Oh, I want all of you to think in recursive point of view. What is the recursion of Hasib being a salesperson in calculating this extra item? So what he will do?
Ma'am, he'll count every 10 items and generate a tag for it. And
Very good. So it is not a I'm not having a calculator in front of me, or there is no counter machine. So there is a human being in front of me. What that human being will do? He'll do a manual counting. So he will start item. He will start counting the tag. He will take one tag. How we are counting the money? Likewise, he will be counting the tag. So as soon as he starts one, the second tag, third, fourth, fifth, 10. So once it reaches to 10, he will be making extra as 1. Again, he will repeat the process. He will repeat the process until again he reaches to.
Ma'am, it reaches 20.
Sorry.
So given a
26 times.
Wait. Again, he will do the same process till 20. And what he will do?
Extra.
Extra
Ma'am,
plus plus.
in here-
Already extra, initially extra will be 0 for me. Once this count gets satisfied, extra will be 1. Extra plus plus.
1 plus 1.
Let it be extra plus 1. Initially extra is 0. Once the action performed for one single counting, extra will be plus plus. And when we need to, how many times we need to repeat? Let's assume I have 33 free items. I need to repeat this for
30.
modulo 10. Extra plus plus, that's it. So when I want to stop, once the item, total number of tags I'm giving input, modulo 10 became 0 or less than 0. Again, I'm repeating. So I have 33 tags. So I'll take 33 and I'll send to the function, and the function will calculate extra. Again, I need to call the same function. Let's assume this is function and the function name is public static int count tags of int items comma int tags. So according to me, I need to pass item and I need to pass tag. So initially we will pass 33 and 33. So we want to continue the recursive process until it reaches 0. So what will happen to the first time? Initially, if it is not 0, so if it is 0, you return and stop your recursion. Else, so what I will do? So I will modulo 33, modulo 10 is equal to 0. Then I will subtract the item. When I call the function again, I will be subtracting the tags. Tag minus 10. So at that time it will become 23. Again my extra item will be increased. Again call the same function by decrementing your tag. 33 minus 10, 23, and 23 minus 10, 13. 13 minus 10, 3. You continue until it reaches to 0. So if it is not divisible by 10, we are not eligible for extra items. Only if it is modulo 10, every 10 multiples, I need to add an extra item. By the way, I am counting the total number of tags. That tag I'm returning to my total items purchased, including free items. So we will calculate amount divided by price of each item plus the extra which I received from count tags. This int tag is total number of tags. So if I have 33 tags, I am eligible for 3 extra items. That we need to find it out with the help of count tags method. And in count tag method, you can implement recursion. This is one way. You can also think about various ways. I am getting called twice. Think about it. 1 minute. You can. So I'm leaving to you. Either you divide by 10, modulo by 10, subtract 10, but every 10 count, I want to increase the extra item and don't forget to return extra at the end. So this extra will be added to amount divided by price of each item, and that we are going to return here.
Ma'am, I think we are using an extra variable for no reason. We can use
You can use.
we can no. What I'm saying is that we can use the tag itself as an as a
Tag or
counter.
item, yeah, both you can use. Even if I can use
For-
count tag to calculate both item count as well as what is that extra count also. I can do it with the help of this count tag method. Think
Ma'am,
about it.
Can I share my approach?
No, not now.
Okay.
We are in open forum, and I know if you try by this way in a regular way, there is one issue in the test case. You do it. I'm sure out of 7 cases, you should clear with 6. If there is one test case failure, yeah, I know we need to take care of one another thing, but I'll not say that now. Think about it. So if you get all test case failure except one, we need to take one another additional measures by making both count and tag as equal. That part I'll discuss on Monday. So if you want to share your idea, please share it on Slack, not on public open forum. So guys, listen, I would like to discuss one more simpler code with you all, just to think about that double digit and the 5.1 spread. Let's say I'm entering the number. My number is 639. I want to do a task in Java. The task is sum of each digit in a given number. So if I provide 639, I should do a calculation like 6 plus 3 plus 9. How can I achieve this? Think about it.
Mod 10 and add in and stored into a variable. Then divide the remaining. I mean, if you mod 10, we get 9. We keep 6 3 aside by dividing it by 10, and we do the
We
same
keep
task
on
again
continuing the same until it
and adding
reaches
and
less
0.
than 0 or 0.
Zero,
Yeah.
0.
See, it looks like something we want to do repeatedly. It looks like complex, but when you are implementing with loops, if you are familiar with loops, you can solve it hardly with few lines of code. Hardly 2-3 lines you can solve it. So I should take 9. I should take 3. I should take 6. Or if I have one more digit, I want to take that digit alone. Certain things is repetitive. I'm not doing like, no, only one, 639 into 2, square root of 639. No. So provided the given number, I want to take each and every digit separately. And for each and every digit, same thing is applicable for your Armstrong number also. There we are cubing all the each digit. Each and every digit we are making cube first, and then we are doing a sum.
Ma'am, using recursion is an online process. It's even easier.
Yeah. So wherever no certain concept of repetition, if you apply if you relate and apply with recursion, things will be much easier for you. Okay, I want to repeat the process till my number is greater than 0. Once it is less than 0, I want to stop. Once it reaches to 0.5, that means I have taken all the digit into an account. So you need to place a loop. The loop needs to keep on executing until it is greater than 0. Why less than 0 means I have taken all the digits. In such situation, I needs to come out. So according to a requirement, you can keep temp variable, you can keep count variable, you can keep some variable. If there is a requirement, you are gonna to do an operation on any variable. You're gonna to assign any expression to the variable. Take care of this initialization. In logical based program, we will be using temp, count, sum in various places. So as I said, I want to sum up the number. Sum is equal to sum plus out of 639. 639 is a whole number. So out of that, I want to do 6 plus 3 plus 9. We cannot start from 6 because, but if you want to start from 6, you should know how many number of digits you have.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Better you can start from 9. Yes, yes. What is your query?
Are you sharing your screen, ma'am? Because I am not able to find it.
Whether my screen is visible? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
I have shared my screen.
Okay.
If it is not visible, please leave and rejoin.
Okay, ma'am.
Maybe it's problem at your side. Even you can find the total number of digits in a given number. That is also possible. Tell me how we can calculate total number of digits. I have 639. Let's say if I have 5639. So I should give 4. Total number of digits in the given number is 4. Everything is possible in programming. Okay, let me complete whatever I want to do. Then I'll do this counting the total number of digits. It should return 4. If my number is 457, it should return 3. So I want to count the number of digits. I'll come to that part. So anyway, so here when you're not sure about the total number of count of the digit, then you can start from your last digit. So you can get the last digit multiples of 10 in the given number by moduloing a number with 10. So 5369. If I modulo with 10, so 563, remainder will be, guys, what would be the remainder? 5639.
0.
9.
So 5639 modulo 10. Any number if you modulo by 10, you will get the last digit. So that digit, it will be summed up. I have taken 9 and then I want only 563. So out of 4 digit, if I want to get only first 3 digit, so you can use the same variable. It's very important. Num is equal to num divided by 10. So what will happen? So initially 5639, we are taking 9 alone, and then it will become 563. And then from there, we are taking 3 alone, and then it becomes 56. And then we are taking 6, and then we are taking 5 alone. So as soon as we take 5, it will become 0 point something. It's a negative, less than. So we need to stop until we take. If we take all the digits of the given number, we need to stop. So once if you printed the value of sum, you will be getting the output as 5639. Every operation we are taking each single digit and we are gonna to sum up with the with the variable sum.
Ma'am,
You
ma'am,
can ask me
num by 10 might throw an error
why it will throw an error.
because it's going to give a double float value, I think.
Okay, this also I think I discussed. Imagine like int num. My number is an int. 10 is also int. If I provide int and int in Java, it is not other language. In Java, if I provide int and int, it will return int alone. That is the reason in first problem statement, I want to add f. If any of the digit is higher than, so if you compare int and float, a float is having higher privilege. In such situation, the return answer will be a float. That is the reason in sprint 2 and 3, I want to add an extra f, stating that this will be an integer and this will be a float. So if I give int and float, what would be the output? Float. But whereas if I give int and int, division will not, this is in Python. Python only we have normal division and an integer division. You will be using double slash. In Java, if I provide int and int in division, it will not return point value. It will return only integer. Total number of digits also we can calculate. You can keep count, like make it as count 0. And every time you are making the operation, you increment the count. Now you check the count. I'm sure it will give 4 for 4 digit, 3 for 3 digit. Okay, this is with respective to taking each digit. So 5, 6, 3, 9, I can split 5 separately, 6 separately, 3 separately, and 9 separately. Let's discuss the other way, the opposite one. If I provide some 3 numbers, can I able to combine 791 together? Is it possible? Let's say
Yes,
first
ma'am.
time I'm getting 1, second time I'm getting 9, third time I'm getting 7. Can I do like no together? If I get a single digit, can I combine everything together and I can put under one number?
Yes, ma'am.
Possible with the help of? I think this I told you. If I get 91 for swapping, if I want to swap it as 19, we have various ways. You take 9 alone and 1 alone separately. What we can do? Indirectly, I've given so many hints. If I take 91, I can take 9 separately and 1 separately by dividing and modulo by 10. All right. And then it's possible to swap the number. Later, if you want to combine the number, 1 into 10 plus 9. So if you multiply with the given number and you add up the other number, you will get the cumulative number together. Same thing you need to apply. Here it is multiply with 10. Here it is multiply with 100. 7 into 100 plus 9 into 10 plus 1.
1.
Same thing is applicable for a number with 4 digits. Let's say I have 3971. What we will do? 3 into
3 into 1000
1000.
plus
You
7.
tell me, do we want to do this manual calculation? Not necessary. Every time you what to say that you will multiply with 10. Every time you multiply with 10. So first time it is 1 and then 1 into 10. 10 into 10 and into 10. and then you do the sum up process. This is also possible with the loop.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Hmm.
won't it be easier if we start taking the digits as input from the first, from the MSB?
No, make it as from last. Let's say if I have 3, 7, 9, 1, I should get the output as 3, 3, 7, 7, 9, 9, and 1, 1. What we can do?
Take the last digit,
Let's
multiply
say
it
3,
by
7,
10.
9, 1. Take the, again you
Mod-
separate
mod-
the digit. You
mod
take
10.
each and every digit. You take 1
Okay.
and you apply this. So if I get 1, how can I get 11 from 1?
1
So
into
many
10 plus
ways
1.
are there. One way is multiply with 10 plus 1. If you get 9, do the same process. 9 into 10 plus 1. 7. 7 into 10 plus 1. You will get 77. 3. 3 into 10 plus 1. See, I'll be getting 11. Here I'll be getting 99. Here I'll be getting, I know I'm going a little bit fast. These are all
9
your,
into 10 plus 9, ma'am.
yeah. Sorry. It should be 9. Here it should be 7. Here it should be 3. You know how you will do it because you don't know. I will get only 1973. By having the number multiply with 10, add the same number. You will get the double digit. And is it possible to combine all
by
the
11
digits?
is the same thing. Multiplying it by 11.
What about? Okay. What about others? If you want, you can do by that way also. Yeah.
Ma'am,
So
can I
many
share the
ways are
logic?
there.
Can I share
If
the
it is
logic
in
for
0, means
0 is same. 11 into 0, 0. No, it's not going to repeat.
Yeah.
It's not going to repeat.
Okay, you do with whatever
Good
way you
point.
want. I'm talking about this double digit 3791. So I'll take 1973 separately. I'll apply this in a looping and I'll be getting the value. Every time you combine it. Earlier I multiply with 10 multiples. Now you have to multiply with 100 multiples. 99 into 100 plus 11. Will it be meaningful?
Yes.
What would be the output? You will be getting 9911.
1, 1.
Let me plus. I know I'm going a little bit fast since it is simple calculation. I hope you can manage. Plus, what is that? 3. 3 into 6 zeros. Everything is possible. It's a simple number game. Think about it. Everywhere you need to take a digit separately. According to the problem statement, you swap it, you concatenate it, you do double by various ways and combine it. When you are combining the digit, you should be careful. You cannot do concatenation. We are not in string. So if I have
And is there
9,
any
9
other
and
method?
11, 11, let me complete. If you have 9, 9, 11, 11 separately, so this 11, 11 needs to be added with 99 along with multiplication 100. The next digit to be multiplied with double the time. You can have count. You can start from 1 into 100 into double the time. 100 multiples. Here it is 10 multiples. Yes.
Ma'am, is there any other?
Here
alternate-
again, I think here again 0 will give the same error.
You think about for 0. If it is 0, you
we'll have
add
to
one if else
if,
and
if,
you do
yes.
whatever you want.
Ma'am, if the digits are
If
More
I am a programmer, what will I do is after separating the digit, I will check the given digit is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, I'll do some other approach. Whereas else I'll do all these part. If it is 0, simply I'll return 0, 0. Or I do the manipulation accordingly. Come on.
Ma'am, for counting the number of digits,
Hmm.
can you please hear me out for the approach I have?
Can you share further?
It's like take for example. Okay, let him speak.
Think about it, Pa. I know some all these problems are for the first time you were, and if you got struck, so that's what I have given this dry run part of various numbers. You think about it and think how can you implement here. So you can have one variable, and that variable every time multiplied with the digit, and you sum up with the previous number. If I provide that, that will be the solution. This is for, I think, fifth sprint, and this is for your recent sprint. Think about it. Try to do by yourself. Every day you plan. Even if you are completing 1 or 2 sprints, that is fine. Try to complete maximum. Least case you can able to complete very few sprint. For first week, I'm accepting it. So don't worry. Next week, you will not have many number of programs. There will be a topic and there will be one concept demo, 1 or 2 demos I will be teaching you. Similar to that, you will be doing 1 or 2 programs for the day. That's all. So foundation, I shared so many programs for your practice. So I'm sharing all the discussion which I have made today. And that's all. We're done with course 1. Only debugging theory is pending. So as you all know, we have 6 sprints under Scratch and Raptor. And in third sprint, simple calculation, we have 3. Conditional construct 2, looping 2, function 2, and recursion, this tag. So for course 1, we have totally 17. Good to see numbers. So whatever the discussion I made, I'm sharing it. So as per NIT, we want all of you to complete totally 7 sprint for course 1. As planned, those who are having, those who wants recap of functions, there will not be a detailed recap. Recap itself, it's small, just revising the core important thing and with 1 or 2 demos. So we are gonna to give a quick recap on functions and recaps with 1 or 2 demos. Those who wants to have a recap, please stay. Others, continue with all these sprints. See you on Monday. Thank you.
Ma'am, recap will be for 4 p.m.
No, here
Till
and now
4.
only. It will be now only, right, Sangeeta?
No, it will
Yes,
be
yes, sir.
Yeah.
I need to go. Anyway, I'll not leave the session. I'll go. Let me check with her. You continue, sir.
Okay, Sangeeta. Yeah.
Sir, I'm asking, it will last till 4 p.m.
See, it will be. See, I'll give you. It will. Yeah, till 4 o'clock. Till 4 o'clock.
Okay.
By that time, it will get over. Okay.
Okay, sir.
By 4. Okay.
It's
Maybe
like
little bit.
students wants to say the faculty like we want to complete this. Please extend and need your time. But in today, no. See the scenario. We want you
Yes.
to stay.
Yeah.
How we will know if the doubts are going on and SIB is taking till 4:15 or 4:30? Don't think about the timing. Your priority should be for learning. So
No, ma'am,
until the objective of the day is, but fine, I can understand. It may go for, it'll end up with char 4, or it may go for 10-15 minutes more.
Yeah, ma'am, I was just asking because I was known to that timings.
All right, if you have some urgent work at 4 o'clock, you can leave. No issues.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll try to give a quick recap on function. Okay. So it may not take much time if you are understanding. No issues. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, see, first thing, I'll give a recap from a very basic point, from a very basic level point of view. Can you guys see my notepad file?
Sir.
Can you guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. See,
Yes,
what is the basic structure of the Java program? It should have in the beginning, it should have what? Class, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you'll have, suppose class name is simple.
simple.
Then class will have a body. Okay. Now class is a combination of data and function, right? So
Yes.
I have public
Static void main.
static void
Void
main.
string.
Okay.
arrow.
And then yeah, correct. So this is actually is there in all the Java program. Most means 99% of the Java program, they will have main function. There are some cases where the classes will not have main function, that we'll discuss later. For a time being, we know that every Java class has a main function. Is
Yes,
it
sir.
okay? Yeah. Okay. Now see, function is nothing but container of the code. So container of the code means function will have followed with a opening and closing flower bracket. Inside that, the code of that function would be there. Is it okay? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So basic structure of the Java is it will have a class. Class will have a main function, and main function is the entry point of the Java program for execution. So main function tells JVM, will you run the program? First line of the main, then second line of the main, then third line of the main, like that. All the line one at a time in a sequence, top to bottom, it will execute. And when it reaches over here in the flower bracket, program execution over. Correct? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Now the thing is that Java program can have Java class, Java 1 class can have multiple function. So the main is a, can you tell me main is a user defined function or it is a built-in function?
Built-in
Sir,
function.
Yeah,
built-in
main is a
function.
built-in function. You cannot define main in any other way. It has to be like this way only. But if I now class is a combination of function means it can have some user defined function based on requirement. How to define a user defined function? Access modifier, then return type, and then the function name. And if it is having a parameter, if within parentheses you are passing some value, it will have a parameterized function or it will have without parameter function. Then open flower bracket and close flower bracket. Now the
So
questions
what
comes
value
over
we can write in this brackets?
this bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bracket you can pass a parameter. I'll come to that topic later. Okay. Yeah. Now you tell me the simple class is having what are the function? The class simple is having what are the functions?
Message.
Main and
Function and
Yeah, it is having a main function and it is having a message function.
Message function.
Message function. Okay, now see, see this, the class flower bracket is opened here and it is closed here. That means the class is a combination of main function, which is a built-in function, and it is a combination. It is having a MSG function, user-defined function inside that. So you can have any number of function. You can have any number of function in the main. So public void. Suppose MSG1, and it is going to take a parameter, string name. String name. Okay, now it will have some body inside, means what code I want to execute from this function. Till here it is clear. Every class in Java will have a multiple function, data and function. Here we are dealing only with function. Main is a built-in function. MSG and MSG1 are the user defined function. Now the questions comes here. See, MSG and MSG1 are the user defined function in the class simple, and these are non-static function. Why it is non-static function? Because static keyword is not there. Okay.
Yes,
so if there is a static keyword before the return type of the function, it became the static function. If the static keyword is not there, it is a which type of function? It is a
void.
No, it's not a void. It is a user. It is a non-static function or it is a member function. Okay, got it?
Yes,
yeah. Now the question where everybody faces issue is what? How to call the MSG function or MSG1 function from the main. That is why I saw some of you are facing difficulties. You are not able to call the function or you don't know the syntax to call the MSG function, MSG1 function. So what you should, how you can achieve that? To call MSG function, we cannot write MSG like this. If you see, if I want to call Anil, I will call the Anil by its name. If I want to call Sunil, I will call the Sunil by its name. So what over here, what is the name of the function? What is the name of the function?
Message.
MSG is the name of the function. Over here, what is the name of the function?
MSG1.
MSG1 is the name of the function. So that means, but normally what we think, we are going to call this function by its name MSG, and if I want to call MSG1, I will call it MSG1. But that is not the case. In a object-oriented programming, non-static function you cannot call directly by its name. It is not possible. Then how we can call it? For that purpose, we need to create an object of the class which is holding the functions. Am I make you clear? We have to create an object of the class simple, and that object is going to help us to call this member function MSG and MSG1. So now you need to now the next thing you should know how to create an object, because OOPS concept we have not discussed, but still we have since Java is a purely object oriented programming, to call some function, the object creation is must. So we are going to register our mind for a time being how to create an object of the class simple. How to create an object of the class simple? You see, we how to create an integer variable? We like integer ABC equal to suppose 20. Okay, that means ABC's type is integer and 20 its value. So how to create an object? Object means what class object I want to create, that class name. Clear? See, in this program, which class object I want to create? Simple class object I want to create. So I will first write I'm going to write the name of the class. Then I'll give any variable. I'll give ABC, and then equal to, I'm going to use new keyword, and then SIMPL is simple, open and close parenthesis. So this is the way of creating object of the simple class. We cannot call the functions within the simple class unless and until we have the object ready for the simple class. Does it make sense?
And sir, MSG and MSG1 will be as it is.
Yeah, no. Now the call should be what? Call should be the object name dot MSG. Okay. Then it is a valid call. Otherwise, you will not able to call it ABC dot MSG1.
Okay.
Did you understand? So
yes,
in your sprint you saw, right? There is a main function and there is some other function which is taking some value in the parameter. From the main you need to call those functions. So how to call it? Within the main function, create an object of the class which is this line. Create an object of the class which is this line, and from that object you call the respective function by their name. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now see, program execution start from the first line of the main. So it will create a ABC object internally in the memory. Then ABC will call MSG function. Can you tell me from here where the control will go?
Message.
Yeah. So ABC, through ABC object we are calling MSG. That means control comes over here inside of the MSG function. And here I am writing system dot out println, and we are printing something. Suppose hello. Suppose hello. So these are very basic concept, but if you are not familiar with it, the sprint you cannot work by yourself. So here we are, yeah. Any question? Yeah, that I'll come to that later. Okay, now suppose there is a function. Here is a function public static, and here I'm giving the name of the function is suppose MSG3. Okay, and you should have a return type also. It is suppose void.
Sir, where is void mean?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Flower bucket. Okay, now see, MSG and MSG1 are with non-static. So we are going to take a help of the object and we call them. But how to call the MSG3? Any idea? Since it is a static function, how to call it?
ABC.MSG3.
No, we are not going to write msg dot msg3. We are not going to do call like this because whenever a function is static, the object reference is not required to call them. You are going to just write this msg3.
MSG3.
Yeah. So you'll just call by name. Normal call.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear till here? So whenever your class is having a non-static function, to call this non-static function within the class, you need to create an object of that class. From that object, you call the name of the function. So from here, it will come here, it will print hello. Got it? Is it
Sir.
clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now, in the second, can you tell me, okay, from this call, it will go to MSG, it will print hello. After
Yes, sir.
executing all the code of the MSG, can you tell me where the control goes back?
MSG1.
Yeah. So after executing the total code of the MSG, control comes here back in main in the next line where the MSG is being called. So it will call abc.msg1. Now, in abc.msg1, I have a body code.
System
It's like system.out.println. Here I am writing welcome plus name. Okay. Now you guys tell me, is this call is valid to call the MSG1? Will
Yes,
the
sir.
control from here comes here?
Yes, sir.
No, it is not a valid.
We need to define the string.
Yeah, it is not a valid call because the MSG1 is defined with a parameter. Okay, MSG1 is telling when you call me, you have to pass name to me, then only I can accept the call. If you don't pass anything, I will not going to accept your call. MSG1 signature is telling you when you call me through parameter means as a argument, you have to pass the name to me, then only I can go inside my body and I'll execute the code. So what
sir,
you
we have
should
to write the string name.
Yeah, here you have to write suppose Ravi. So when you do that, now it is a valid call because MSG1 is defined with a parameter name. Name is of type string, and when you calling, you are passing a name with value of a name Ravi with a double quoted. Now this Ravi will go to name. One second.
Welcome, Ravi.
Yeah, this Ravi. So welcome Ravi is going to get executed. Understood, guys? Clear?
Sir.
Yeah, so this is a function where it is not taking any parameter. So in a call within a parameter will not have anything.
Sir, after this MSG3, there will also be a system.out.println.
No, the code can be inside anything. The code is your choice. What you want that function to do, that code would be there within the flower bracket of the function. Okay, so here you can write anything system.out.println. And here you can have something like this. Good morning. Suppose goodbye. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now can you tell me what would be the output? What would be the sequence of printing message?
Sir, hello, welcome, Ravi. Goodbye.
Hello. Yeah, first
Welcome,
it will call
Ravi.
MSG, then welcome Ravi, and then goodbye. If I write it like this, if I do Control X, and if I come over here, if I change the sequence, can you tell me what would be the output?
Sir, welcome, Ravi. Hello. And
Yeah.
then
First we are calling MSG1. It will so Ravi will go to name, and then it will print welcome Ravi. Then control comes back to the main. Then it will go for MSG. It will print hello, and then at the end goodbye would be the output. Till here, is it clear with all of you? How to call the functions? Function with parameter how to call, and function without parameter how to call. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now next discuss a function. Suppose I have another type of function, public integer. Suppose add. Okay, and it is taking two number, integer n1 comma integer n2. Okay, now somebody tell me how you are going to call the add function.
Sir, class.
Yeah, we are going to call it from the main function only. How you are going to call it? Tell me.
Add ABC.
Yeah. What is it?
Sir,
Add equal to new.
Add equals to new.
No. See, object you are going to create only one time. Okay. And that object can call any member function, any non-static member function, any number of time. No.
ABC.add.
Simple.
You have to go for
And
ABC dot, you have to go for add.
and we
Okay.
have to pass the integers.
Yes, see, add is taking parameter two integer n1 and n2. That means you have to pass two value. And how you are going to pass two value? With a comma separated within a parenthesis. Is it okay? Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Suppose I have another function. Suppose I have another function, public integer subtract parenthesis flower bracket. This is another function within the class. Can you guys tell me how to call this sub function?
ABC dot sub.
Yes. So we're going to add ABC dot sub, and it is not
Bracket.
taking in. Is it taking any values
sir.
through parameter? So we don't have to pass anything over there. Clear? Okay. Now the question comes here. See, the add is having a this is called return type, integer return type, and this is called, so before the function there is a keyword called void, or there is a keyword called integer, or it can be any data type. So whenever the function is preceded with any data type, integer, float, double, string, that means it is going to, that means within the body of the function, return keyword would be there. Is it okay? Return keyword would
Yes,
be there.
sir.
And in the return, what I am trying to return, n1 plus n2. Okay, that
Yes,
means what? When the add is being called with a two value, then within the body of the add, it will return some value which is of type integer. Is it clear? Yeah. So when somebody call add and pass two number for which you want to calculate the addition, then add must and should have a return keyword, because it is not, if it is a void. If it is a void, then here it will throw error. Here it will throw error. Why it will throw error? Can you guys tell me?
So void doesn't return.
Yeah, void means void means there is no
Void
return
doesn't-
value from that function, but you are trying to use return keyword. So that means it is an error. Okay, it will not be error. Why? When we write return type as integer. When you give the return type integer, that means we are returning a n1 n2, which is two integer addition is also type is result is integer. So it is return type is integer. It is returning an integer. So that means no error. The code is fine. Is it okay, guys? Clear?
But we can't write no, public void add.
No, that also you can do it. So you can have a function like this. You can have a public void add. You can have another add one. I'll give add one. You can have another function.
No, sir. Public add into yeah.
Yeah, you can have a n1 comma integer n2. You can have n2 also. These also okay. No, you can have a function. See, there are four type of parameterized and return types, where there are four types of function is there. Okay, so without, see here it is without return type, without parameter. Then here it is without return type with parameter. Here it is over here it is with return type with parameter, and the last but not the least, with return type without parameter. So there are four types of return type, and based on the parameter, functions are there. Is it clear? Okay.
So sir, what will it display?
Yeah. Now you are going to define over here system dot out dot println. Here you display n1 plus n2. See what is happening here. If I call add1 and if I pass two values as a parameter, the add1 is adding it and he's doing rest of the work for me. He's not returning anything back because it is void. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, suppose so someone is main is calling add1 and passing two number for whom you want to do the addition, and he's calculating and he's doing the rest of the work by himself. He's not returning back the value to main. So that's why it is type is void. Is it clear, guys? Okay.
Sir, it is for one time.
One time means?
It will execute for one time.
No, any number of time you call that many number of time it will execute. It is based on how many times you call add1 from the main or from any other function, that many times the code will execute. No.
But sir, in return, it will return back to the that value. it in this it would it return to this?
Yeah, it will not return anything. Control will return not, but it will not return any value. Always, yeah, always main is calling add one task is done, then control back to the main next line. But
Yeah,
it is not
that's-
returning any value while with control.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
see, in this
That's-
add, it is the control is returning back as well as it is returning some value back to the main. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. That's what I am saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you see, I have ABC dot at 10, 20. It is ABC dot 10. So for this call, for ABC dot at 10, 20, it will call add function. It will call add function, this one. Add and
Yes, sir.
add one is there, no? Yeah, it will call add function. So it will take 10 and 20. 10 plus 20 would be 30, and that 30 is going to get returned back. Whenever a function is returning something back, that means at the time of calling, you have to store the return value somewhere. No, so that will be integer result. Any name you can give it. Integer result equal to ABC dot add 10, 20. Does it make sense? See, add function,
Yes,
we
sir.
are calling add function. It goes to the add function, it calculates the addition and it return the result back. And that result, return result has to be stored somewhere in the, there should be someone who is going to hold the return value of the add. Who is that? The variable over here, which is of type integer. Does it make sense? Understood? Yeah. So can you tell me if I write over here float, will it work? Will it work?
Yes, sir.
No. How come it works? See,
No, sir.
see, if you go to the signature of the add is add return type is integer. That means it will return an integer value. So so over here, the return value will come over here and it will try to assign to the result. So integer cannot be assigned to a float. So for that purpose, the type mismatch will take place. So here, what is the return type of the add? Same type of variable, the result would be stored. It should be integer. Is it clear?
Well,
Okay.
variable mismatch.
A variable mismatch, it will take place. So whenever you are calling add, and add is returning an integer value, so that means that call has to be assigned with a variable which is of the same type as that of the return type of add. Is it clear? Okay, like that. Now, okay, next thing, abc.sub. Tell me, is it a valid call? abc.sub to integer
Sir.
sub. Is it a valid call?
Yes, sir.
How come it is a valid call? Why we have not written like this? Why we have not written integer r equal to abc.sub? Why you have not written like this?
There is no return.
No. See, it is not
Because
a,
it's a public void.
no. See, ABC is sub function. If you go to sub function, is there any return type for that sub function? Yeah, so that means return keyword would be there inside this function, right? Return. And it is going to return suppose 30 minus 20. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, when a function is returning any value, so that means at the time of call, now you tell me, is that a valid call, this call?
Yes,
No.
sir.
So what you should do for this? Yes. Integer some variable, integer sub result. Suppose sub r equal to, so whenever a function is returning some value, then that call has to be assigned in the left hand side with a variable of that same type. What is the return type of the function? Is it clear, guys?
Sir.
Yeah, like that it will happen. Okay. Now you tell me there is a add. Now you tell me how you are going to call the add one function. How you are going to call the add one function? Yeah. So normally means what? Tell me the syntax.
Add one.
abc.add1.
See, it is a non-static function. See, add one is a non-static function. That means you have to object is must. Then only through object you can call the function. ABC dot then add one. Is this much if I write, is it okay? Why? Yeah.
Sir,
So,
N1 plus N2.
yeah, we have to pass the value to the parameter. So for that purpose, you have to go for add and you give it as 20, 11. Now it is a valid call. So
Yes, sir.
see, so over here, what we have learned, we have call a function which is not returning anything and which is not taking any parameter also. That is MSG, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Through this call, can you tell me what is the signature of the function? Is it returning anything or is it taking any parameter or not? Yeah, because this call is not assigned in the left hand side with some variable. Can you seeing this call? Can you tell me what type of function we have defined in the code? Is it returning or is it having a parameter?
Parameter.
And what about return type? No return type.
Not
No return
returning,
type.
sir.
Okay. For this call, can you tell me it is calling which type of function?
With parameter.
Yeah, with parameter. Can you tell me what about this type? This is it? What is the function definition for this call?
Return type is integer.
Yeah. So now you got the 4 type of call or how you are going to make for the 4 type of function. So as a nutshell, it is like this. There are 4 types of function. 4 types of function based on return type and parameter suppose. So can you tell me what is the first type? First type, tell me. Without return type, and then without parameter. Can you tell me what would be the second type then?
With return.
With
Return.
Without return type and with parameter. With parameter. Okay. What would be the third type then?
With return.
Yeah, with return type.
Without
return type. Yeah, without parameter. Without parameter. Okay, now you go for 4. What is the fourth type? With return type and with parameter. So these are the 4 type of the. So there is no any other type of function call apart from these 4 type of function. Okay, so when there is a return type is there, call has to be assigned left hand side with a variable of the same type as that of the function return type is there. And if there is no return type means you just call the function with the object. Is it okay? Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that is how in your sprint everywhere when you are seeing the function, you'll see the function definition. So function definition is taking 2 parameter. That means you have to call that function with 2 value based on the type mentioned in the parameter. And if the function having a return type in the signature, that means that call has to be assigned in the left hand side with a variable. Okay, clear? Okay. Now the one question comes over here. Why this parameter come into picture? See, if I have, suppose I have like this, I have 2 variable integer in one integer, suppose a equal to 20, comma, and b equal to 30. Okay. Now, can you tell me a equal to 20 and b equal to 30 defined within which function? Main function. So, so now suppose I want to calculate the 20 plus 30 from the add function. I want to calculate 20. Suppose I'll create another function. Public. I'll go for add public void add 3. Okay, and okay, sorry. Yeah. Now, what I'm asking here, you tell me the A is a 20, B is 30 is defined within a main function because main is opening here and closing here. Now, what I want this addition of 20 and 30 in a function which is called add 3. So what I will do, I'm going to call the function abc dot add 3. Okay. Now within abc dot add 3, if I write system dot out dot println, and here what I will do, I'll go for a plus b. So if I do this piece of code, what is the problem over here? Can I get the result of 20 plus 30?
Sir.
No. Why? The reason?
Parameters are not defined.
Yeah, the reason is that, see, every function is nothing but a kind of one room. Main is one room, then MSG is one room, and then MSG1 is another room, and then MSG3 is another room. So A and B is there in the main room. So you cannot directly use A and B in another room, which is nothing but add3 room. So you cannot directly use it because A and B are local to the room main. A and B are local to the room main, so other room A and B cannot get accessed. Understanding? Okay, now you tell me what is the solution for that. But I want A and B addition to be calculated by add3 only by calling the function. What is
Sir,
the
add 3 goes to A plus B.
add3 equal to?
A plus B.
Parameter.
Yeah, see, what I can do, main function AB, I can AB value I can channelize and I can send to the add3 function through parameter. That is where it is possible. So I'll go over here A comma B.
B, yeah.
Okay, so ABC add3 A comma B. Now from when this line get executed, it calls the add3 function. It's called the add3 function, and over here integer A comma integer B. So that means though A and B is defined in main, but while calling the add3, I am passing the A and B to the add3 function so that inside add3 you can use this variable and do the calculation.
Yes, sir.
Understanding? Does it make sense? If
Yes,
you
sir.
can give any name over here. A1, can you tell me what is the change over here? If the parameter is A1 and B1, so A, while you are calling by A will go to A1 and B will go to B1. So what would be the change over here in the printing statement?
A1 plus B.
System dot
Yeah,
out dot
so
println
so
A1 plus
A1
B.
is having the A value of the main function, B1 is having the B value from the main function, and A1 and B1 is nothing but like A plus B. Got it?
Yes.
So A1 and B1 is valid in this add3 room where A and B was valid in the main room. But how we can transmit the A and B from main room to the add3 room? Through parameter we can do it. And then what you have passed through parameter, that parameter value I can do any calculation within that function and get the job done. Is it okay, guys? Clear? Yeah. So this
Sir,
is
the
the,
change we will not be able to see now.
sorry.
In the command prompt, we will not be able to see the change that whether it is A or A1.
No. So you'll not be, see, it is like this. If I 1 second. Epic pen. Where it is. Yeah, it opened. Yeah, it came. What is the, where we are writing this one? No? Yeah, see here.
No, sir, this one is a,
No,
this
what
one is
I'm,
Armstrong number.
oh, this was Armstrong number, no? Okay. Which is this one then? This one, I think, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See in the main function, we have a variable A. Okay. And in the main function, we have a variable B, which is nothing but what is this? The value of A and B is this one, 20 and 30. So we'll write it over here. Okay. We'll write over here 20, and we write over here 30. Okay, this full A and B is within a main function. Okay,
Yes,
so it is a local to the main. Okay, now I have a add3 function. I have another add3 function. Add3. Now over here add3, if I try to do A plus B, will it work? No.
No.
Because AB is local to the main, so that same AB we cannot use it in add3 in another room. Suppose I'm in room 1 and you are searching me in room 2. Will you get me? No. So A and B is not exist in the add3 function. But I want add3 to calculate A and B for me. So what I can do? in add3,
H0.
yeah, I will have a parameter. Suppose A1 and comma integer B1.
B1.
Okay, now what is happening from the main when you are calling add3? When you are calling add3, you are passing A and B. You are passing A and B. So A means 20, 20 will go to A1 in the add3 and 30 will go to B1 in the add3. Now you do add A1 and B1. So you are going to get 20 plus 30, same answer over here. Is it clear now? So from one
I'm saying
function.
that in the command prompt.
Yeah, in the command prompt, what you are saying?
Yeah, in the command prompt, we will not be able to identify that whether it is A or A1 or B or B1.
No, see,
Because
actually,
only the value will be displayed. It will
yeah,
ask
only the yeah. Internally,
Yeah.
you are passing A to A1 and B to B1, but you'll get the output of the A plus B only. Got it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
internally, in a separate A1 B1 variable, it is going to the 2030 is going to be stored and the calculation is going to take place.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah. That is the thing. Okay, next thing is what I think this much is there in the function. Next thing, if you go for non-static, static function means what? Here there is a function called static, which is a static function MSG3. So in a MSG3 function, what we'll have, we'll call MSG3 function, and we are going to what we'll do in MSG3 function, we are printing goodbye. Fine. Now, since the MSG3 is a static function, it can access only static variable. You cannot do over here A plus B. You cannot do integer C equal to A plus B. You can't do that. Okay, because A and B are the normal variable. It is not a static variable. When you can access the A and B in the static function MSG3, when you make that variable as type static. Okay, when you do the static integer A, static integer A equal to 20, B equal to 30, that means A and B both become static. Then within static function, A plus B, you can do the addition, and in a normal variable within the static, you can store the result and you can print the result over here. That is the concept of static function. Yeah.
After static C equals to A plus B, then system.out.println.
Yeah, after, yeah. See, it is the system.out.println for just for demonstration purpose. We have this code. It can have anything. It can have any code, any logic you can implement in this function. Okay. Okay. Now, in a function definition, the syntax of the function definition is what? Syntax of function definition. Okay. So syntax of the function definition is what? First is access modifier. Modify modifier. First is this one, then return type, and then function name, and then we have a parameter list. Parameter 1, comma, parameter 2, comma, parameter 3. You can have any number of parameter. Okay. Now, seeing this syntax, you tell me what is in this function definition, which is the access modifier?
Void.
Public.
Yes.
Public.
Yes, public is the access modifier. So the access modifier means for whenever you are going to define a function, whenever you are going to make the function present in your program, first thing you have to mention the access modifier of the function. So access modifier means over here in an example, public is the access modifier. So in an access modifier, you can have public, you can have private, you can have protected, and you can have default.
So, sir,
All these things we are going to learn in course 3 object oriented concept. So for a time being, 99% of the time, all the functions should be public. 90, so that other class can access that function. That authority you are giving. When somebody is a public person, he can be accessed by anybody. When some person is private person, suppose a prime minister is a person whom anybody cannot communicate because he's a private person. But any normal person is a public person, anybody can communicate to him. like that. Public means it is within the class or outside of the class also this function can be accessed. Okay, and private, yeah.
Is it applicable for a user-defined function also?
Yeah, user-defined function. You can give a private user-defined function. You can have a public user-defined function. You can have a protected user-defined function. Or sometime when you don't
Like
mean,
default void add.
yeah, when you don't have any access modifier, it considered as a default. Okay.
So it is
Same.
applicable for both static and non-static.
Exactly. For non-access modifier is must, whether it is a static function or whether it is a non-static function. Got it? Okay. All of you
Yes,
are
sir.
getting, or is doubt is there?
Sir, I have a doubt actually.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, how to call a input from to the static function?
How to call an input through the static function means parameterize
Like
how you can call.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, you can have a static function with a parameter. So where it here, what is the static function? It is like this. Where is the static function here? Public void at 3. Which one is static here? Yeah, the MSG is the. So you can have in MSG you can have integer, suppose string, string string address, add address. And when you are going to call that function MSG3, you give the address, suppose Bangalore, BLR. That way you can call the static function and you can pass the parameter, no issues. Okay.
No, actually main function is a static, right?
Sorry.
Main function is a static one, right?
See.
Hello.
See, why main function is static? Because whenever a function is static, for that object creation is not required. For that object creation is not. See, MSG3 is a
So
static.
for main function, we can directly.
Yeah, your voice is not reaching to me. Sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah.
So
see,
no, there is a signal issues.
Yeah. Now tell me. Go ahead. Your question. Go ahead with your question.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Actually, main function is a static one, right?
Yeah.
So we declare a variable there. So from there, we can pass to the static functions, static method.
Yes.
Directly. So if it's not a static, then we have to create a this thing scanner like we have to create of that object, and then we have
object. Yes. That is what I'm trying to explain you time to time, because normal function without static function within a main you have to create an object of the class, then object dot function name. And if it is a static, you don't have to create an object. The class would be the reference for that static function. Okay.
So I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Can we pass parameters from one method to another method apart from main?
Yeah, that is, very good question. See, you can see over here. See here, you have a add 3, right? In a add 3,
yes, sir.
You can call add function. You can call add function from over here. Okay. And see, first you see the definition of the add. Definition of add is returning integer and it is taking 2 parameter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now what do you do in add 3? Add is returning integer, so integer result equal to you call add, and you are going to pass 2 value 22, 33. So from the main you can call the function, from other function you can call the other function, no problem at all. Got it? So you can have any kind of nesting within the function call, no issues. For
so do we have to write the object here also? We have to write the object line here also.
Yeah, yes. For that
pass
purpose,
the parameter.
Yeah, for that purpose, you have to use this keyword over here. Got it? Good analysis. So this keyword is what? Which from the main, which object called add 3, that object will call add. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you go to the main function, add 3 is there. No, ABC object call add 3. So it will come to the add 3. And which is the object called add 3? ABC. Then this dot add means that ABC object is again calling to add function from the add 3. Clear?
Oh, okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it now.
yeah. So this is a pointer which will point the current object who help us invoked add3. With that same object, I'll call the add3. Otherwise, if you don't write this, what you have to do, you have to write extra line. What do? You create what is the class name? Sample,
One more.
right? Simple. So
Yeah.
you have to write
Simple.
simple s equal to new simple open and close parenthesis. Now, can you tell me what would be the call for this? Yeah, as dot add. So it will be
Yes, dot add.
as dot add. So if you are not going to use this, means the same object you are not referring for calling to the add. For that purpose, you are going to create an object simple within the add3, and through that object you can call add, because only add you cannot call the function. Got it? Yeah.
Okay, so this object is only for that method.
Yes, correct. Yes.
And then if we create a object in a main method, so we inside the method, if we want to pass the parameters, then it will holds good for that one.
Yes.
Right, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any
Okay,
questions?
thank you.
Yeah. So far, whatever we have discussed, any further questions on this? Any queries? Anything which you have not understood?
Sir,
Yes,
whatever we write in the main method as input can be used in other methods, right?
Yeah, yes. Whatever variable you are having in the main method, now with that value, you want to do some task through function, you are going to use parameter. Got it? Because
Yes, sir.
same function directly you cannot use in that function. Understanding?
Yes. So 10, 20 will be assigned to the new function which we have created.
Yeah,
Add,
so
right?
here 20, 11, you are passing two value. Add one will take 20. So if you go to add one, in N1 it will take 20, and N2 it will take the other value, the 30. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
yeah. Similarly, here is A is to in a main function, you have a equal to 20, B equal to 30, and add3 you are calling with A and B. That means A means 20 will pass to add3 or to the first parameter. Add3 first parameter, A1 will have that first value and B1 will have the B value, and then you can start working with that. Because if you have a local variable in the main, that local variable directly you cannot use within any other function unless and until you pass it through parameter. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
So can we call a static function from inside a non-static function?
Static
And
function,
vice
yeah,
versa.
you can call it. So from MSG you can call the static function, which is the static function MSG3. Yes, you can call it.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay,
Okay,
MSG3
and so we can do the vice versa as well.
vice versa as well. Yes. From the non-static function also you can call static function. That is also okay. Okay, suppose Anil, because the static is defined with a parameter, so you have to pass the parameter. Anil, no, it is
Correct.
address. Suppose Chennai. Double quote CHENNAI, Chennai. Okay, and then semicolon.
Yes.
Like that. So majorly main will call the respective function, and the respective function can call other member function. No issues. But while calling, you have to be sure based on the definition call is happening. Okay, so if the function demands a parameter, you have to call with the parameter. If the function is returning something, the call has to be assigned with a variable of that return type. Okay, any other
Okay, sir.
questions, guys?
And
Any other doubts? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's a return type void. Yes, yeah. Yeah, if you give only return, if you use, yeah, or it will not give error. It will just return the control. It will not return anything. Got it? But if you write return 0, it is an error. If you write return 0, because it is returning an integer type, but here you are giving void. That time integer is must. Got it? But
If you here you give void, and if you write only return keyword, no problem, because it considered the control is getting back to the next line where the MSG being called. No issues. Okay, yeah. Any further clarification? Yeah. We have called message 3, where it is. Message 3, yeah, this one, yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, you can write the class name. That is okay. You can write the SIMPL simple class name dot MSG3. This is also fine. Only MSG. This is also fine. But you cannot write ABC dot message3. You can't do that. It will throw error. Okay, but you can but static function can be referenced by the class name, which is nothing but simple. Okay, like this. This is valid. No issues. No error. Any other questions, guys? Okay, fine. All of you
Sir,
have.
Yes, sir. Will we do recursion today or someday other?
Recursion we'll do it in the other day. So we'll just wind up with this function topic only today, and some other day in a breakout room we are going to take the recursion. Okay, as a recap or revision. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this understanding, you try to complete all the assignment of sprints in a modular approach. Now I think you have a clear idea, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But
Can we
don't
leave
forget.
the?
Don't forget this concept. Okay, remember this concept. If you forget this concept in a very fundamental level, you are going to stuck while you are going to working on a program. That should not be the case. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, somebody was saying something.
Yes, sir. So now we can leave the session.
Yeah, we can. All of you. If you guys don't have any queries, we can leave the session here only. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, guys. Sangeeta, are you there? 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'll just get a confirmation from Sangeeta.
Please share on Slack here, sir, the notes.
Yeah, these notes I'll share it. Okay, fine. We can call it a day. We'll meet next class on Monday. Fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.